Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to episode number 158 of the Terminus podcast for the weeks of April 3rd, 2021. This is about the closest we could get to an April Fool's Day episode. We haven't done that before, but trick questions and stuff like that. I don't know, prepare yourselves. It's gonna get stupid. Certain people are gonna be very upset. But anyway, I am your dispatcher, Ellis, otherwise known as the Admiral. With me I have three firemen, Jared Cole, TJ Sacosio, and Nicholas Wakefield.
Hello.
Hey, what's up?
We have Hemlock returning as our guest brakeman.
I live, bitch.
Yeah. The artist formerly known as Doc. And we have the adjusted format to the show, which I made a new document. We're seeing how this is going to work out. Everyone brace your elves, because I don't know, we might screw it up. Either way.
Nah, we got this. We good.
You think we got this?
Oh yeah, we got some good stuff to talk about.
I appreciate the vote of confidence. The
Yeah,
train
it's
will
gonna be
terminate.
good.
At the station. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Okay.
All right, here we are.
Hey, we are.
Wait, just give me a second to transition. Jesus Christ.
A very
No, just
good,
keep it
a very
rolling,
good
just keep it
professional
rolling.
Podcast as always, I see.
I'm leaving that in.
amazing.
Do the thing again.
Anyway, today we're in Tucson, Arizona.
No,
Uh,
Tucson, Arizona.
No, it's Arizona. Yeah, you're right. Tucson, Arizona.
There we go.
We asked a couple natives how to pronounce it properly, and that's what they told us.
Yeah.
And by natives, we mean the crackhead we found outside the station begging for change.
Twitching. He was
We
twitching.
don't actually know what his heritage is, but he was the only
he
person
looked
that would
like-
talk to us.
He looked like he
Guys,
belonged. I mean, he looked like he belonged there, right? I mean,
I realized, what if I timed it, right? And I have like a thing, like my hydro flask, which is like half empty, so it like reverberates, and then I have like a little thing I can whack it with. Can I do that?
Why are
when
you?
the time's
Why?
up?
Why are you
Can I
doing
delete
that?
when the time's up?
that's awful.
Or I mean,
Why are you like
I
that?
wouldn't mind something like that, but let's also not do that.
Ew!
No.
I feel bad for your parents.
This is
All right,
podcast.
I'm gonna give Achilles a point.
No!
Being,
Two.
No, I'm not giving him two. I'm giving him one. Give him
being
one.
mean to each other. The
I
podcast.
refuse to accept- I refuse to accept this.
Well, you're getting it. So,
I refuse to accept their Jillies as a friend.
all right.
It's
Dude,
not even
some of
that
this-
loud. What are you
First
talking
of all,
about?
it's pretty loud on my end. Anyway, what was probably pretty loud were some of these crashes. Let's talk about them. We have
Congrats on the
Nice.
6 things
Nice job.
for the Class 1 medical responsibility. 4 of them were Union Pacific.
Yikes, bro.
Also nice.
And 3 of those were in the span of 3 days. So, there
UP?
was a woman hit by a
What's
train
going
in
on
South
over there?
Texas. There was another train versus car in Socorro, which I don't know where that is. And I think it's also in Texas. And then
Oh, hey, there's a train coming on Tucson.
a Union Pacific train derailed 9 cars at the Kansas City Shreveport terminal. So those were on the 21st of March and the 24th of March for the second 2, which kind of garbage. Kind of rough start for Union Pacific. I was really worried that the only crashes we would get were for Union Pacific. I was also hoping that.
At least it would have been easy to calculate.
Also, wait a minute. I thought I had more. I thought I had other articles to go through, because I thought Javon sent one with KCS. Did I miss a bunch of articles? I'll have to go back and check that. No, I have them all written down. Maybe one of them was, some like the link didn't work or something, so I didn't get to see it. I'm not entirely sure. I'm fairly confident that I got all the articles, but I'm also fairly confident Kavan said something about KCS. Either way, there was a Union Pacific derailment on the 1st of April as well. This was in Gibbon, Nebraska. Norfolk Southern had a wreck on that same day where it hit a truck that was stuck. Actually, that happened on the 27th of March, but the video was posted on the 1st of April. March 27th at Locust Grove, Georgia, semi-truck taking a U-turn, got stuck, got demolished. And BNSF caught a train on fire on March 28th. This was just a locomotive fire. They had to send the hazmat team out, though, so that's interesting. I feel like that's overkill, but I guess it was an oil fire? I don't know. I really have no idea what happened. This, like, one sentence of article here. Okay, but that's the...
This train derailed.
Yeah. Well, a lot of them are just videos, so I have no information at all. And then some of them are just an article that's like, yeah, the train crashed. Or the train caught on fire. Anyway, moving on. I'll put these articles over in the cargoes, so anyone... articles and videos. Kansas City Southern still holds the mantle, and we'll see how long they're able to keep it, because, of course, once they no longer exist, they no longer have the mantle.
Yeah, because CP's coming.
Yes, CP's.
Bro, this article... We ready to move on?
I mean, we are, of course, don't jump down to the discussion topics. We've got our local stuff first, so... The main purpose of the section is to talk about what we're doing and what we have done, but it's also just to sort of get us on our feet, especially if the podcast is having a little bit of a slow start. But I am coming to see you, and that's one of the things that I wanted to talk about. Now, hopefully we get to see some KCS, because it might be some of the last opportunities to see some KCS.
Well,
Yeah.
depending on where we go next year.
Yeah.
I have seen some KCS traffic around here. It is Chicago, so I get everything and anything and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Which, it's crazy. I get to watch trains without having to go watch trains, basically. Because the way I drive to work, it's like guaranteed that I'm going to see some type of train literally every day.
Well, you take the train to work.
Yes, I love my deck train on Manifest.
Technically, I guess I still could. It's just where work is for me now is definitely not as logical because it's further on the south side. I have to commute, and there's no way I could really get to work because the trains don't run when I have to leave to work. It's actually kind of unfortunate.
Yeah, that's the one advantage New York City has with its 24/7 system. You never have a period of time where you don't have trains.
Because they do, but they do it now, especially because CTA has to have time to like change crew and sanitize the trains and shit.
Yeah, that's tough. But yeah, hopefully, it seems like everything's dying down with COVID and everything, which is why I'm glad that like the museums are opening up and everything because,
Yeah, no, that's actually cool. That's actually been a recent change. They were closed for a minute. But they are, like the stuff is opening, like bars and stuff are open. My mom actually she went out to the conservatory and saw a bunch of pretty flowers. That was really cool, actually.
I want to go to it. We have a like a botanical garden here that I'd like to see, but we put a bunch of stuff on the list. This is in actually, it's less than 2 weeks now. This is coming up. It's coming up really fast. So not this coming Thursday, but next Thursday, Gloria and I are driving out to Chicago, and we're going to stay with TBA for a few nights over the weekend. We're going to see Mason and Christy and Fruit. We're going to the IRM on Sunday. It's going to be a blast. I'm really, really looking forward to it, and it's sort of like...
We're all getting in the wagon.
Yeah, it's my first trip of 2021, and I hope it's opening the door to a whole bunch of other adventures, because I don't get to, like, go out and do stuff. Although, I did happen to be in Greenfield a couple of days ago. And Greenfield is right up near East Deerfield Yard, which is one of the major division points on Pan Am. If you could, I suppose, I'm using division point colloquially, I don't think that's an actual, like, division point location. But I had a few minutes, I had a little bit of extra time, because I was up there for work, and I was like, I'll just swing by, I'll see if anything's going on. I'll take a picture of a Pan Am locomotive to say goodbye. And I ran into another kid who was out there foaming with, it must have been his grandmother that had driven him out there. He was 15. And I'm sitting there, and he's got his tripod set up and everything. He reminded me of some other folks. I'm not going to name
Sounds
names.
like someone else.
Yeah.
Was it me that you reminded you of?
Maybe, yeah.
Just
thanks.
a little.
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
Look, you started this by being mean to people. You don't get to bitch now.
No, it's called gaslighting. Thank you. There's a big difference.
Oh, sorry. You started it by being good. Jesus Christ. Look, I also tell people I love them by being mean to them, but, you know, at least I have the decency to apologize after.
You know, I'm gaslighting ironically, right? I don't actually mean it.
I'm ironically abusing you.
I don't mean it. God, now I feel like crap.
Oh, don't feel like crap. We like
It's okay, O'Gillies. We love you.
Don't get mad, get glad.
we don't mean we love you, ironically.
You guys had such a great opportunity to invert a gaslight me there.
Invert a gaslight you?
You're asking to be gaslit now?
I don't understand what O'Gillies' game is
Hey,
here.
I think we found the title of the podcast.
I think
already wrote it down.
O'Gillies is a masochist. That's the answer.
You're goddamn random a masochist.
Boy!
Isn't it just the case that people turn into masochists when they can't find anything that makes them happy?
I mean, it's O'Gillies.
So yeah. Anyway, I was sitting in the wagon, you know, and I'm wearing my high-vis vest still, not because I'm a foamer, because I was wearing it for work and didn't feel like taking it off, but also because, you know, you wear a high-vis vest around a rail yard and nobody questions you.
It's kind of facts, though.
They pull in to this little gravel patch at the bottom of the hill. I pull
And they
in
salute you.
as well, and I'm just sort of sitting there. I got the window down because I'm listening to, you know, to see if I can hear anything moving, and there is one set of engines that's dragging a string of cars. I thought they were leaving, but they were just sort of pulling them forward. And the older woman, like, comes and knocks, like, you know, gets out of her car and sort of walks over to me and is like, "Oh, are you just watching too?" or whatever. And we had this little conversation, and she, like, talked to me about her grandson. I assume it was her grandson, like I said. And then I had a little conversation with the kid. They were from Danbury, Connecticut, and they come up here like every weekend. And I was like, "That's a drive."
Yeah.
It's
That's
like
a haul for
yeah,
East Deerfield.
it's like 2 hours, and
Do they just go to East Deerfield, or do
Is
they
this
go
your
to like the
church?
Hoosick Tunnel and stuff too?
they said they go around, but in particular, the woman said that she would like to see something interesting, or like more interesting, and I said, "Oh, the Hoosick Tunnel, blah blah blah," because I had been talking about that, or it had come up a little bit, and she said, "Yeah, that sounds really cool." And so I later had a conversation with the kid whose name was Ryan, and I also like gave my
Wait,
phone number.
Ryan from Ryan Toys YouTube channel?
Yeah, absolutely. No, actually, his YouTube channel is Weathered Rails, and I was his 100th subscriber. And
Hey, congratulations!
I was like, hey, because we like shared information a little bit, and I pulled up my phone and I subscribed to him, and I was like, hey, congratulations on 100 subscribers, and then I left because I was just heading out. But
That's nice. That's awesome.
he had a scanner with a gigantic antenna, and we like went from one end of the yard to the other to catch one of the trains coming in, and it was a really, really fun little foamer experience. We had another guy show up who was not the fun, who's dead, who was not the fun kind of foamer, and just like talked over us with every sentence. But
Did you get his name?
Hmm?
Did you get his name?
No, I have no idea who he was.
Damn.
He just came there and he kept repeating, like, this used to be a really good railroad. He was, like, quintessential boomer foamer. It was really funny.
Was he older?
Yeah, he looked like he was in his 40s. Or 50s, maybe.
my day,
Which, to be fair, 40s wouldn't be a boomer, would it?
No, that's like high millennial.
Gen X.
Fuck. I mean, darn, yes, you're right.
It's okay, TJ. I'm the one who thought Trump was president for 8 years earlier.
That's right. Oh my god, well, he might be in 2024. Well,
Either way. Anyway,
I apologize about the banging. Windows are closed.
We didn't hear it.
no. Were you the one who just left and came back?
No, I just.
Oh, that
muted
was
real
me.
quick.
My headphones just decided to die.
get it? I had a funny sex joke. Sorry.
At least it wasn't chainsawing.
That's true. Well, I want to see more. I want to see how many chairs they're gonna make.
I think we should send these chairs to. I think we should send this guy to the WWF. He can make them some chairs and benches.
Go to
And,
WWF jail.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think they got enough woodworkers up there right now. I mean,
no,
they have. They always could have more help. If you want to volunteer, go up to.
Hey,
All Night
I've
Rain.
been known to work with wood in my time.
Hey, okay, Doc, not this kind of
Good
way.
joke.
So,
Alright.
yeah, Eric Shade from the WWF is one of the people working on coach number 9. It is a replica coach of the W&Q number 3 coach that they have on the railroad property. So it's like it's the same design, but it's new. So it's like a replica, but it's an original. And
God, it looks good.
but yeah, they're getting really close. I remember last time I was up there, and last I saw in the videos of the coach, it was just the bottom like frame,
It was a bottom.
and now it was a bottom, and now it's a top.
And now it's progress.
And it's just awesome to see. They even started painting the sides, which is really cool. They got that iconic green. I'm excited.
I have an important question though when it comes down to this. Is it gonna
Yeah.
have the brakes installed?
I don't know. I would assume that they plan to.
I mean, I assume they
Um,
plan to for all their stuff. It's just on what timeline. You
Well,
know?
no. So what I'm thinking is, if this they're pushing to get this coach finished, they're not gonna make the whole coach and then bring it back in 2-3 years later to put the brakes on. You know what I mean?
I suppose.
Like, I mean, at least it would make sense to me. I'm not there. I'm not working on the coach, so I really have no say in this. But I'm just the virtual YouTube channel guy, so I have no say in this part. But
Oh, well, let's go ask. No.
yeah. Next time we get up there, we'll have to ask what they're doing with it.
I am really wondering when my next opportunity to go to the WWF is going to be, especially in terms of, like, I said that this trip to Chicago is like opening the floodgates. I'm doing this, Chris is coming to visit, and then I'm going to Pennsylvania. Like I said, I'd like to drag you with me for that one.
when are you going?
That's that's like last weekend of June.
I remember. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
what I thought. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
my nana does want me to go down, and I think I'll be vaccinated by then. So
Yeah, sure hope so. I hope we all are. Like,
yeah,
I'm on a
I
wait
mean,
list.
Rhode Island.
Man.
Rhode
I'm
Island.
actually kind of reading a sad article on the CTA right now.
oh,
And then I guess I'll just wrap up my local thing because I already started
Okay.
with a super quick. WWF Roundhouse is finally a thing. It's been talked about for years and years. Now they are greenlit to start. It's the first roundhouse being built in the eastern region of Maine. I think that's what the claim is. I have to read up on the oh, it's gone.
oh, sorry. I didn't know you hadn't clicked on it. There you go.
I was like pressing the mouse button down as you.
And it's gone.
Yeah, I was like click on. If it decides to load, yep, there it is.
Oops. Now I have two copies of it.
Isn't there a stall big enough for a prairie in there?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I would assume so.
There's one
I mean-
long
Yeah,
stall.
build 12. Build 12.
Build 12.
I mean, yeah, that would be sick, wouldn't it?
Build the Rangi.
Yeah, as soon as 11's done. Build 12. We need a prairie.
Do we?
That
Yes.
Okay.
We do. I mean, we do. I think we need. I think we need to get the mountain finished, and then we can get a
I was
prairie.
about to say, how many engines can you fit on a railroad this small?
Yeah, get the mountain finished.
Strasburg
build-
manages like 5.
That's true. No, well, no, not 5.
Well, they have 3 at a time.
3 at a time. Yeah, I wish they had 5. That'd be awesome.
Well,
But there is another railroad that is getting 3, right?
well, allegedly they were getting 3. Now they're I think that was a typo. It said 3,
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Colbrookdale is only getting 18 in a 50-30.
which we'll talk about that
But-
a little bit more because that's a
Speaking-
hell of a preservation story.
Speaking of the Grand Trunk Western, I have seen the Grand Trunk Western in the past year because it's been since 2019 since I've been on here. Things have changed. Things
Yeah.
have changed. I'm a pronoun person now, so I'm gonna do a quick pronoun check. They them. I bullied a child to escape prison. That was fun.
Okay.
The Gulag versus.
Okay.
That was the highlight of my year because I just bullied someone with 2 foot.
Uh,
That's all I've done. Is
that's
just
all,
nothing.
all you've done
I
is
see it.
been salty in royales and versus. That's your entire
Yeah,
year.
that's about it. I saw trains sometimes, but all of those photos were on my old phone, which I dropped in the toilet.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it wasn't good. But yeah, that's about it. I'm probably going to try and drag myself up to, well, not up to. I'm probably going to try and drag myself down to Goldwater sometime this summer to see the little river. Now that 110 is up.
Oh, okay.
But that's all I've got.
How far are you from Port Huron? That's
45 minutes. It's right up 94.
oh, okay. Because we have that article, which I guess I'll just throw it in the cargoes, about the roundhouse that was collapsing.
Oh, right, yeah. That
Uh,
is happening, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's so rare that news comes out of Port Huron that I just don't expect it anymore. But yeah, so Port Huron, there's that collapsing roundhouse. Bad news.
Yeah, there's not a lot of it left, really. CSX is going to demolish it, probably.
Yeah, that's probably. I've seen it before. There's nothing. It is a hollowed out shell. There's barely more to that roundhouse than to like the turntable pit where roundhouse used to be in the adjacent CN yard.
Actually, I wanted to
So
say this, TJ. You said about it might be the first roundhouse built, in eastern Maine. Blah blah blah. I think it's the newest roundhouse, like east of. Well, I guess east of Age of Steam, right? That's its closest compatriot. There probably hasn't been another roundhouse built since that. And I don't know when the last roundhouse built before the Age of Steam roundhouse was.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question.
Oh, I missed this too. There's also that depot in Holly. At Holly, Michigan, the old railroad depot is currently sandwiched between a CSX line and a CN line, so they're trying to raise the money to move it out of there so they can actually do something with it.
Oh, okay. I saw that. I was like, I wonder what this is for. Have a holly jolly depot.
Oh, that was not all burp. What?
Are you okay? Are you okay, Julius?
I'm good.
Actually, I wanted to ask you.
Good?
I wanted to ask you because since O'Julius is piped up because he almost threw up. So what have you settled on? I know you are revitalizing your passion for model railroading and picking and
For the 30th time.
Revitalizing.
Stop. It's not funny.
It kind of is.
Yeah.
You're gaslighting me.
No,
I
I'm
don't think
not.
that's what.
You wanted this!
That's not even what gaslighting is. Now you're just using the word for everything that you don't like.
No, that's the point.
This is communism.
Oh, Julius, did you even? I bet you didn't even learn what the term gaslighting meant.
No, it's like when you like.
Don't stop it.
I mean, I get like you might not be able to understand the word. It's a big word, but like
It's when
I
you
know
lie
what
to
it
your
means.
friends in Among Us.
it's when you're sussing among us.
Yeah.
But for real though, gaslighting.
Ow!
Gaslighting is when you like.
Thanks,
make
I liked
fun of
having
them
your
feel
drops.
bad. Well, telling them that you still love them, that's what gaslighting is. Anyway, I've decided on the Denver and Rio Grande Western
Hold on,
But
hold
standard
on.
gauge.
Hold on. I can hear Wyville. He's on the way.
Don't tell Wyville.
Yeah, no, he's coming.
Oh, no.
It's too late.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
I'm
He's
just
running
kidding.
in.
Why? It's the Denver and Rio Grande Western, except I'm modeling the Utah section, I think, because that's the cooler section, objectively.
Oh, that's
You mean the modern standard gauge is cooler
That's
than the narrow gauge? Is that what you're saying?
No, they're both cool. It's just
Oh, okay. I was gonna say because if you think that, I mean, you could just tell Weibold that.
they're both cool. It's just
Yeah, let's talk to Weibold about it. Let's see what he says.
That's yeah.
I
Let's
don't-
talk
I
to
don't- I
Lucy
don't
about
hate
that.
I just it's not for me, you know.
No, we're just kidding. It's fine.
I know.
Okay.
Yeah, everyone's joking here.
Actually,
Yeah, we're not
stop
serious.
breaking my formatting.
What am I doing?
God damn it, no chilies.
What am I doing? Breaking your formatting.
What Jader said.
Stop.
How'd I get half a point?
The dumb gay joke about.
Oh, but he only
Being good at
gets
wood.
0.5?
Listen, I felt like it was less egregious than what you did, so I only gave
What
him
did I
half a
even
point.
do? I don't
Look.
even remember.
I
don't
again,
remember.
Yeah, chilies, you make worse. You make way worse.
Oh, I absolutely do, and I should get points for that.
Talking to a chilies, but okay, you're
Oh.
right.
All right. Anyway, honestly, if there's nothing else that we want to touch on here, I mean, I'm glad that we're sort of the ball is rolling, and I appreciate that. Who underlined
Speedrun
all of
podcast.
my?
You.
Who did this? Who did?
I haven't
this?
done anything.
Who's messing with my formatting?
Oh, here.
I'm
Uh-oh.
gonna-
Is it time to?
First use
it's
of the
time
new
for me to
Gulag
fix
document.
this because somebody keeps messing with my formatting.
I'm fixing this.
I don't know what happened. Just everything turned blue and
It
And
looks so
underlined.
neat.
I had that
All
problem
blue.
earlier too.
It's
Last
blue,
edit
David,
was
David,
made
die.
by Anonymous
There's
Walrus.
supposed to be space here.
Alright.
Here.
yeah.
Oh yeah, by the way, WWF is doing Easter stuff next weekend. So the Valley Road is open, and so is Strasbourg. That's my local things.
They're doing Easter stuff next weekend.
Yeah, because they sold out this weekend.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It's
I
'cause
mean,
reduced
not
capacity.
like anyone could do it this weekend, even if they wanted to.
Yeah, everybody exactly. That's why I didn't say this weekend. Because
If you're a time traveler listening to this podcast, please go frequent their Easter events today.
I was anyway.
more details on the Facebook page.
Wait, that's a screwdriver?
What? What?
Okay.
Another thing.
Oh, Julie's is very clearly watching just YouTube in the corner.
That's point worthy.
No, I'm not. I literally was just playing with this with like one of the little like things they gave me with my joystick, and I just like noticed it was a screwdriver.
Okay. Well,
Oh, Julie should get banned.
no, because then we need to find another person. Now let's
Yeah.
move on. Then it's time for
Locomotive versus.
this is the part of the podcast that has changed the least. So,
Lilies.
all
Does
right.
anybody want to do the OSL before I do it? Oh, thanks, TJ. No, I'm just kidding.
No, okay. In one corner, we have the Oregon Short Line 3100, or the P3 Superheated class. And the other corner, we have Grand Trunk Western 5030, or the J3A class. Huh?
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, 5629 was the K4A, so you know.
Oh my god.
Yeah, thanks, Grand Trunk Western.
The Grand Trunk Western really knew how to copy popular classes. But only the
but this-
designations.
No. The New York Central copied their class. These things are older than.
No,
things
no,
are
no.
older
I
than
reject
the,
reality and substitute my own.
Reality can be whatever I
Exactly.
want.
We're gonna Thanos snap one of these specifics. So I Oh man, do I feel bad enough for Achilles to say that he should go first, or
Oh, am I going to be the one getting Thanos snapped?
I don't know. We'll find out. It depends how you do.
Because I kind of found a random Pacific.
No,
and
you
was
know what?
like,
I just noticed that tender. No, the Hemlock's going first.
Okay.
Oh, come
Yeah,
on!
Hemlock's going first.
Okay.
This is anarchy.
That's not
you
what that
have
means.
A trash tender, bro.
You know, we're gonna.
Oh, I don't even want to be on the podcast. If you think Vandy's
What is-
trash,
All right. Wait, what's this tender look like? I gotta.
I
look
will
real quick.
literally take a strike for
It's
that.
a stubby little
Vanderbilt
Vandy.
tenders are the best tenders.
I just Achilles, I want to
yeah.
ask you: is this news to you that we don't like Vandies?
I like Vandy's, and I will take a strike to say that they are
No,
the
you
best
don't need
tenders.
to take a strike for that.
No, I will take a strike for that. I will take a strike for Vanderbilt tenders.
I don't. That's not.
That's
First
not
of all,
how
that's
it
not how
works.
this works. Second
I
of
don't
all,
care.
it should not be a surprise to you that I don't like Vanderbilt tenders.
Oh, you know what I'm gonna ask? I'm gonna ask Valve Gear.
Oh Christ!
That's not fair.
What's your Valve Gear?
That's not fair.
Ask it.
This isn't fair.
What's your Valve Gear?
No,
Mm-hmm.
Say it, you bitch.
no, I don't want to say it.
Say it.
Vincent.
That's it. Wall shirts.
Okay, a point for the wall shirts.
This is gonna bully you into submission. All right. Driver wheelbase.
13.333.
Are you joking? 13.33.
Wait, is it really 333?
Oh, it's 13.33. Sorry, I said one.
Oh
more
my
three.
God!
You bitch! No.
How have you tied on driver wheelbase? Okay.
I don't know.
Anyway, okay, so that means it's Achilles' turn.
Let's do something with the boiler. I feel like I have a better boiler.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What is your combined heating surface?
3003.
3249.
Oh, he does have a better boiler, I guess, allegedly. Oops, I gave him 2 points for some reason. Achilles?
Okay, I'll take two. I'll take two.
No, you won't, actually.
Let's see. Evaporative heating surface.
2425.
2693.
Okay.
69. Nice.
Nice.
Aha, second number.
Point.
Let's see. Combined heating surface.
You
Wait,
asked that.
I asked that.
You asked that
Um,
before evaporative heating surface, you
I
buffoon.
did?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay. I guess we'll just keep going up. Great area.
50.62.
Are you kidding? 49.5.
Oh,
Yes.
it's 2-2. And the Grand Trunk Boy has the ball.
Cylinders.
Cylinders?
Yes.
Where is cylinders?
It's right next to boiler pressure. Geometry relating to tractive effort.
I've got high pressure ones.
Yeah.
22 by 28.
23 by 28.
Yeah, those sure look bigger.
They do.
One flippin' inch. Or is that a foot? That's an inch.
No, that's an inch. Listen,
Okay.
1 inch can make a lot of difference.
Yeah. I can't speak on that, actually. I'm just not going to comment. I've gotten 1 point already. I don't need another.
You've got me out.
Alright.
Alright, Mr.
Do I-
30.
Do I think my tender is stubbier than his?
I don't know, I'm looking at his tender and Man. They must have borrowed this one
They're
from the Rio
both
Grande.
pretty stubby. The
Whoa, you
They're
like died.
both pretty stubby, but I don't know if I'm gonna risk it. I don't know what I can play against you. Oh, that happens.
Well, time to roll the dice. Figure it out.
Yeah, I guess.
Under pressure.
Let's power out one.
Power 1, huh?
Shake hands with danger, I guess.
18140.
14256.
Ouch. Ouch.
Poor choice.
Yeah, it is now 3-3.
Okay. Power MT.
643.38.
80792.
Wow.
Damn it! I could have beaten you in the NG15.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna take a risk here, and I'm gonna go tender water capacity. I'm gonna mix it up a little bit.
All right. Well, thanks for taking the risk I didn't want to. Tender water capacity, 9,000 gallons.
Oh, come on!
Yes.
What is yours?
7
gallons?
7 gallons.
All right. Well, did you burn coal?
I think I was in oil actually.
I mean,
Maybe. Hold on.
Is your tender fuel capacity look like it's in the thousands or in the tens?
Tender fuel capacity is in the tens. So
Then it's probably coal.
yeah.
So tender fuel capacity.
12, 11.
You're not gonna believe this.
Oh wait, no.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. No, wait.
It's 12.
12?
Yeah.
No, wait. I was reading off of the wrong one. It's oil. I'm an oil.
Oh,
29.4. I was reading off the wrong. Or wait, no. Wait. I'm reading off the wrong one again. There's like 4 of them. I'm 1413.
So 14 tons?
Then you're not.
14 tons. Yeah, I'm reading off
Then
the wrong
you
one.
do
I was,
win. Yeah. God
I was
damn
reading off
it,
the
Ojil.
wrong one.
I'm just double checking this. Yes, it is 14 tons. Alright, Ojili's
You're very
wins
good
that.
at this.
It is now 5-4 in favor of the Oregon short line.
Okay. I don't know what to ask.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Driver diameter. My drivers look bigger.
That's
All right.
smart.
It's the funny number. It's the funny sex number. It's 69.
177.
Holy
Yeah,
Moses. And you
Oh,
had
yeah,
the same driver wheelbase?
Yes.
Exactly. Which is why I was like, I'll probably win
Oh
that.
my!
Which, no, I forget that the
177.
GTW is garbage.
He said
That was
it.
the Oregon short line, apparently.
Okay, Ojili's your turn.
Here.
Still.
Wait,
Let's see. Boiler pressure.
One
What? Well, it doesn't matter. I'm 200.
190.
200.
200.
did you say driver diameter was 170 17 or
No, it
something?
was 77.
Oh, 77.
It's still really big.
That is big.
What's 117 inches?
Yeah.
God, that's like 10 feet.
The hurricane has entered the chat.
Imagine how fast you'd be able to go with 10-foot tall drivers.
No.
I mean, just ask Hurricane.
Yeah, I was gonna say we've done this one.
Tubes. Tell me about your tubes.
139 2 inches.
173 2.25 inches.
Analog wins.
Yay!
Wait, it's smaller is better?
Smaller is better because you can pack more of
Yes.
them in a small space.
All right, Floose.
24 5.5.
24 5.375.
Okay.
Are you joking?
They win another one.
You wanted to be bullied. I will bully you.
I love the rage.
Yeah, me too.
All right. I wasn't sure who's shrimpier, but I think I'm shrimpier, so I'm gonna run the risk on some weight stats. Weight on drivers.
148 500.
146 550.
Okay.
Okay. It is now 7-7. This is still really close.
This is a good
Oh.
race.
I might as well get this one out there. Number in class.
Oh,
14.
23.
wow.
Yeah,
Is he?
these were built for the Grand Trunk originally.
Are they gonna do it?
You gonna do what?
Are you gonna do the thing?
I'm not planning on
Thanks.
asking the thing.
Not you.
Oh,
I know.
is the thing your weight computation?
No. Never mind. Carry on.
Okay. If you're trying to get me to say Robert Lee Messina's power computation, I'm going to say no, because he will almost certainly win.
No, I also
No, I think
wasn't
he's
thinking
asking
about
for
that.
Alice I think he's probably asking
No,
for
no,
LSD.
no, no, no. Nobody is. No.
All right, well, engine weight.
You can't ask weight questions. That's not fair.
You asked...
2,500.
What?
2,500.
226 even.
Okay. It is now 9-7.
Someone's getting beat.
Thanks, TBA.
Barely, though.
I'm
Total-
well aware.
Hold on. Total engine and tender weight.
363, 550.
376.
Ooh.
Which means my tender is in fact fatter.
Yeah. The Vandy actually saved Achilles.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. All right. What's your white class? No, I'm just kidding.
Fuck you.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and ask the not the thing. I'm not gonna ask that because I
Oh,
feel
was
like
it
this
Loco
is
Base
very,
ID? Were you
No,
trying
no,
to get me to
still
do
nobody
Loco
has
Base
guessed.
ID?
because it's a really obscure locomotive, and I'm kind of surprised it even has a stat page.
Oh, are you trying to get me to do number belt?
Yeah, because you did numbering class.
Yeah, I would have done number built if it had it.
What?
It doesn't have number built. Why do you think I didn't do number built?
I don't know. I thought you were sandbagging.
Why would I sandbag? I'm losing. I was barely winning.
Robert Le Messina's power computation.
Well, you wanted to bully me. That's fine. 9618.
9,900.
That's
Yeah.
actually fairly close. Well,
Can I do?
it is now 9-9.
All right, let's call. No, I'm just kidding. Let's see. Same as above plus superheater percentage.
11445.
11,583.
9 to
10 to
10
9.
to 9.
Same as
Actually,
above, but
no,
substitute firebox area for great area.
52,229.
Oh, come on. 47,268.
Oh,
What?
I think I know what happened here.
he didn't remember
We
that.
already done firebox area.
Yep.
Okay.
Or no,
Oh,
yeah.
Didn't we do great area?
I think you did great area, not firebox area.
Yeah. Well, then I'm going to ask firebox area.
Uh-oh.
That's not fair. I don't want to answer that question.
Answer the question.
I don't want to answer that question. 202.
231.
There it is.
Is that
All right.
because he's an oil burner or something?
If I
He's not.
understand how Robert
Oh.
Lee Messina's power computation works, okay. Robert Lee Messina's power computation. Okay. Yeah, that's how that works.
Yep.
It was great area. It's great area times boiler pressure. That's why I was so close. So, God, what can I still ask? Minimum weight of rail, I suppose.
83, I think. Yeah, 83.
81.
Oh, come on!
It is now
You're so close.
it is now 12 to 10. We have crossed the threshold.
Engine wheelbase.
Uh-oh.
Oh boy.
33.33.
33.17.
Oh my god.
Is smaller better? Higher
Smaller
better?
is better. I just
Okay.
Okay,
It's so
wait.
close.
If we have the same driver wheelbase and I have a slightly smaller engine wheelbase, then ratio of driving wheelbase to overall engine wheelbase, I should theoretically eke under him, right?
0.4.
Damn it, 0.4.
I was gonna say I don't think it's granular enough.
Probably rounded. Damn.
All right, Achilles, it's
Oh,
your
I'm-
turn. You can call something or go to style points.
I don't know much about the Oregon Shoreline, though. That's the problem.
I mean-
it was just like,
I'm looking at the engines. I'm trying to
We've
come up
got
with stuff.
tractive effort. We've got factor of adhesion still. We have
I'm
builder, I
not
guess.
asking that one. I will not.
Oh man,
ask
I wonder if it's bad.
It's very, very bad. So I'm just gonna go ahead and call it.
Okay, so now it's
my factor of adhesion was almost 5.
okay.
Ooh.
Oh, I'm
Well,
gonna.
host choice exists.
Yeah, I was about to
so-
say it's host choice now. So man, do I pick out factor of adhesion?
Just
Hey,
pick it.
I've
Just
got
get it
a-
over with. I know you're gonna pick it, so just get it over with.
Hold on, I gotta think. No, I want tractive effort.
I got a question. I know what I want to ask.
All right, hang on to it.
Is it-
What is tractive effort?
Tractive effort. I'm gonna tractive your effort.
Okay.
29,920.
I heard.
Run that by me one more time.
Agility.
2990. Wait, no, wait. 29920.
34,669.
Yeah, it's on account of you having so much smaller drivers.
Man, I should have asked that, huh?
Okay.
Yeah.
What did you want to ask, GBA?
What is Ellis Tamelio's computation?
Oh God.
Elstimeli's weight. Oh, good
Elstinia's
lord.
weight computation. Okay, so the locomotive versus spreadsheet is down here underneath the table if you want to use that for the quick maps.
Okay, let me go.
I don't
Let
remember
me go
how to
pull
do
it
that.
up.
It's weight on drivers
It's-
divided by engine weight. It's not that difficult. You can do it in here, or you can just do it on the calculator.
Wait on drivers.
I mean, it's gonna be something like ridiculously close.
Probably. Hopefully. Weight on drivers divided by
Probably.
engine weight.
I mean, O'Gillies did inadvertently get a really close match.
It is pretty close.
I- In my defense, I did definitely just pick this locomotive last second. I just was like, I need a Pacific. Give me a Pacific.
So you picked one that was in Utah.
I picked a Utah one, yeah.
I mean, can't really go wrong there. It was either that or
I was,
3713.
You.
dude. I've been
Okay.
thinking of some locomotive versus stuff too. Like I want to see some Northerns again.
So I
Someone
have
needs to hit enter.
0.65.
Whoever's on the
I've-
second row needs to hit enter.
I did. It's 0.65.
Okay, it's 0.65. Okay, so yeah, that's better. 0.65 is better than 0.64.
Wait, really?
Closer to 1 is better. It means you're using your weight more efficiently. So Hemlock, you were on the bottom?
Yes.
Okay.
Did you already give him a point for that one?
I haven't, but I will now. I just wanted to
Yeah.
make sure. Oops. There we go.
That's 155 points. God, that's a bit of a blowout, don't you think?
Okay,
It must have been a
so
long
It is already,
locomotive.
it is already a blowout. Like, I'm getting destroyed, but...
it's not that bad. TJ, what do you have a host choice?
No, I don't think so.
I mean, you could, and it could be factor adhesion.
Don't, please. TJ, I will...
Local base ID.
I was gonna ask you to ask that. Locobase ID is great.
Oh, okay.
8347. I'm not gonna lose. This is such an obscure locomotive.
7091.
Wow, those are both really high. Okay.
Glad I chose this entry because the other one was like somewhere in the 11,000s.
Cool. Alright, it is 16 to 10.
I'm not coming back.
Let's see. There's really nothing that jumps out at me for these engines that are like particularly good. Do either of you have power reverse?
Can I get
I
a
have
point for
no
the plow? I don't think so.
Yes, you can get a
Doesn't-
point
oh,
for
wait.
the plow.
he obviously does not get a point for the Vandy.
Nope.
Why do you hate Vandy so much? I
They're
don't...
ugly, bro.
Yeah.
They're not ugly.
So ugly.
They're not.
Let me just put
Hell
a
yeah.
giant tank onto a.
A flat car. Yeah,
hold
it's
on.
cool.
Can we-
It adds personality and character.
Can I have another picture of your engines, O'Gillies? I want to know if...
If I can find one.
Okay. I want to know
Not
if you
many
have the
exist.
polling holes. I don't know. I don't remember what they're called. Because Hemlock clearly has them, but yours are covered by a plow in this picture. So
Oh, I get what the difference is. There's a second entry because the one I chose uses thermic siphons.
oh,
Uses them rebuilt with thermic siphons.
hey, that's a
That's a
point.
style point.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I mean, it was close. It was close for a while.
Hmm.
You
I
guys
literally
both.
cannot find another photo of this specific locomotive.
You
Hold
guys
on.
both have the light up number boards, but he actually has changeable train order boards, so I'm going to give a point to Achilles for that.
Also, it looks like O'Julies is flying flags in it. Or not, sorry, not O'Julies. Doc.
Hemlock is flying flags.
Hemlock is flying flags. I say that's a style point. I don't know, because it's kind of cool.
It is kind of cool.
My locomotive, I don't know if this is a style point. I just know that the Oregon Shortline locomotives also had long and extensive careers on the Union Pacific, because the Oregon Shortline was taken over by the Union Pacific in the early 1900s, and you can actually see the Union Pacific Herald on that specific locomotive.
I see, yeah.
Um,
Actually, I wanted to sort of get into this. Hemlock, obviously, you survive.
no, none of mine survive.
Yeah.
Your UP sucked at scrapping in obscure steam locomotives.
Yeah. Do either of you have a trains model?
I don't know.
Not that
I
I
don't think
know
so.
of.
Okay. Do either of you have a real-life model?
Yeah, not.
You
No,
might be able to find a brass one.
Yeah.
Does brass count?
I mean, if it was mass-produced, yeah.
I-
But,
There might have been a brass model of.
Brass probably wasn't really mass produced.
well,
Sorry.
if it's a production run, is really what I mean. Instead of just like
Yeah,
one
then
guy
no.
mashing creating a brass one himself. Like there's a brass AA-20, but it doesn't count because it was just something that a guy made.
Oh,
instead.
damn it! I should have chosen the AA-20.
I don't think.
You know-
No, I don't think we would have let that fly.
I'm kidding.
You know, somehow, let's do David
Oh my
and Goliath.
God, what is this? Hold the fucking phone. I actually might have one.
Yeah.
Because that's a P3 right there. I mean, it's definitely not running, but that's the same locomotive.
Oh.
Oh,
Huh.
you bastard!
It looks like it. Where is this?
I have no idea. I have never seen this before.
Oh, I
What
do
is
remember that. Isn't that somewhere?
Hemlock has
I
died again.
remember looking at this thing on SteamLocomotive.com once. Let me go grab this thing.
Wow.
Whoa. Is that O'Julies' engine?
Why does the tender look so much longer in that photo?
Probably because it has a different one.
Yeah.
Okay, what class is it?
It's a P3 superheated? Or just a
No,
P3
the
is
tender
fine.
looks kind of the same.
Well, the tender probably looks different because this was modern. That's the new Union.
It
Pacific
does
font.
look
That's
like
not
it took a
old.
little blue pill between the old picture and then the current picture.
Blue pill. We went to the Matrix.
LaBelle was also moved.
That wasn't what I was getting at, but yeah, sure, Matrix.
Point for the Vanderbilt.
Oh.
tender.
No. A penny is dropped for...
Ellis, you're getting a point. I'm sorry.
That's fine. I'll take that. I deserve it. Okay.
No, the one that you're looking at, I think, is 3206, which was a P1.
Oh yeah, then never mind. Give that point back.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a P1 in Reardon,
Oh yeah,
Washington.
I just found that. Yeah, you're right. It's not
It's in
the
Washington.
P3.
Weird.
Well,
Well, we could always
Damn
restore
weird.
it and do it up like one.
dude, let's buy
Yeah,
it.
we
Yeah.
can
With all
always
of our
we
income
can
combined.
always give it the Colbert-Dale.
Yeah. This is Colbert-Dale's third engine.
Exactly. Yes.
Superheated, so much worse of a locomotive compared to a P1.
Guys.
What?
Never mind. I forgot.
Clearly, the P3 was designed for fast running in flat areas. because it has
Yeah.
giant drivers for an engine of its size. But either way, all right,
Oh my god.
I'll call it there. The Grand Trunk Western J3A asterisk.
Blew me
I've
out.
redeemed myself from the time I got bullied with 5629.
Oh, why is this all in bold? Winner. J3A by the points. This might be the first time I'm glad a J3A won. This is 18-12. We've had worse. That was a really close race for a while there.
I mean, it was.
I'm not sure.
I mean, if he had asked...
Sorry.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I'm not sure who I want to vote for. I was going to try to seg to the votes. What were you going to say?
Oh, I was going to say, you should have asked Builder because I was built by CN.
I was built in-house, too.
That
God
doesn't,
damn it,
that helps
Achilles.
no
Of course
one.
you were. Damn it, you bitch. I thought you were an Alco.
You little bastard, I thought you were masturbating. Alright, I really don't know who I want to vote for. I think I might have to vote for the Canuck, just out of...
Oh,
Just,
come on.
I mean, I do think...
Mine is such a unique locomotive. Have you ever heard of the
I
Oregon
feel like
Shoreline?
this is election tampering. This is election tampering. Relax.
No, it's
Election
just
interference.
campaigning, don't worry.
You can't put him under duress to vote for your locomotive.
Well, I mean, I'm still not doing it.
Okay, it's O'Gillies. This isn't Duras.
Yeah, no, I'm
Well,
voting
you
for
could
I'm
give-
voting for the Canadian.
Why?
A, lack
Because
of vanity.
He's not Canadian. It's Diet Canadian.
I
Come on.
don't care. I'm calling it Canadian.
I'm calling it Canadian.
TJ,
I don't know what that
I will
accent was
never
supposed to be.
gaslight you again if you vote for me.
Would you just say you're gonna start gaslighting me again? What's new, bro? I'm voting for the J3A.
No, I would never do this if you did it again. TBA, please.
Oh, Joey's
Hey, I
out here
don't know who to
offering
vote
quid
for.
pro quos.
I don't know who to vote for.
Julius is like, I'll suck your dick if you vote for my locomotive.
He went from being so aggressive to fucking Puss in Boots begging.
TJ, did you vote?
Yeah.
All right. I guess I'm the last one.
Yeah.
Caps and Fade, please.
I'm voting for Hemlock's engine.
Why?
I'm
I
sorry,
thought you have such a pity vote.
No
Why
pity
did you
vote.
so much too?
Oh, Julius, I'm so sorry if it helps.
I don't
really
pity
like your
Vanderbilts.
locomotive. It's got a really nice plow.
I do like the look of it
Giggity.
from like the cab forward.
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
the engine, but I hate the tender. Switch out. If you
See-
switched tenders, I'd pick the other one.
If you find an
Yeah,
image,
my only
with,
problem
if
with
you
it
find
is
an
that it
image
has-
without the Vandy, I'll change my vote.
Why does it need Stevenson valve gear? Stop.
That's also true. It is garbage on that front.
Oh,
All right, now
Why? 'Cause it
back
looks
to the Tucson
pretty?
cam.
the Tucson, Arizona kid.
Oh yeah, have there been
Yeah,
any
there has
trains
been
on
some
Tucson?
action on there.
I haven't been able to see because it's been covered by Locomotive Versus. So
That's unfortunate. There was a power move that just ran by. There was an intermodal train that stopped for a minute. It took off so quick, dude. It's literally like locomotion.
Damn, Tucson is popping today.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right, now if we're not going to feel bad for Achilles, let's feel bad for the state of passenger rail in the United States. It's time to move on to the discussion topics. The first of which our major
we got
topic.
some-
Are we starting with the big one?
Yeah,
Oh,
we-
I thought we were going to lead up to it.
No, we. I mean, we could see if we change that around in the future, but I was figuring we always open with the most important thing, and we'll award that 20 minutes and then take our time for the rest of the stuff.
Is the CP thing not more important?
We made that the important thing last week,
Oh, okay. Okay.
so or last podcast. So I figured this would be better, and we have a
Yeah,
lot to
but
talk
dude,
about.
this
with
is like some big news.
All right, so I'll introduce then. So Amtrak is 2021 might be the year of the train.
I hope so.
It's what it's looking like.
Yeah, it's Amtrak is not only being practically I don't know exactly, but it seems like they're being almost mandated to return to daily operations in some places. Along with that, I believe, is Columbus, DC, and all that? Are those all posts of them bringing it back?
Yeah, The Austin one in particular, because if we're talking about daily service, this one talks about reviving 12 long-distance routes due to
That's
rising
awesome.
demand and newly secured funding, including the Texas Eagle. They just called out Austin in the title, so I gave it the short title of Austin. Do we want to...
I was just gonna, wrap up the quick introduction with
You don't get to finish.
Okay.
Sorry.
Blue ball him.
You haven't earned the finish yet.
Okay, no, TJ, go ahead. Literally nothing was that funny.
Who started that?
These two are just snickering.
Oh, Julie started it.
It's a bad idea to have me and O'Chillies in the same room.
Okay,
it's
anyway.
a bad idea.
You're not in the same room.
Shut up, TJ.
Okay. Fine, then we'll talk about this really briefly just to get out of the way. There are going to be 12 trains coming back. Those are the California Zephyr, Coast Starlight, Empire Builders,
cool.
and Texas Eagle in the first phase. This is May 24th. This is when they're going back to daily service. May 31st, we get the Capital Limited, City of New Orleans, Lakeshore Limited, and Southwest Chief back to daily. And on June 7th, we get the Crescent, Palmetto, Silver Meteor, and Silver Star back to daily.
Dude, that will literally make it so much easier for me to come see anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Well, authorities in Williamson County are investigating the
Shut up.
It makes riding the train almost a viable option again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Along with that, with as Ellis said, there's increased funding, and that increased funding returns daily service, but also adds service. According to a Trains magazine article, Amtrak is making a plan called the Connects Us plan. US? I don't know. There's
Connects
no period,
US.
so I'm going to say Connects Us. And if you zoom in enough, which is interesting that you can't click on the picture and get it bigger.
I know
Thanks,
it's
Trains
just this
magazine.
article. There are bigger pictures out there. Hold on, let me see if I can go find a map for us. But keep talking.
Yeah. So I'm gonna zoom way in on this, and it shrinks the image when you zoom in. Awesome.
This is so helpful.
So it looks like Amtrak. So if you're looking at the map, it looks like the teal blue lines on the map are going to be new services, which they crisscross almost every region in the country. There are some underserved regions still, which is pretty obvious, like the entire state of South Dakota.
We actually have
Still will not have
we have an article of South Dakota raising a stink about this, and I have not yet looked into it, and I'm really I'm interested to see what they're trying to say.
Yeah, so
Who are you in
it
particular?
looks like South Dakota Twitter is going off. It's not just South Dakota. Hold on, I'm gonna look at.
Oh,
this.
I got a bigger map.
Okay, so
I want to see the map.
So from Governor Kristi Noem, governor of South Dakota, it says Biden's quote infrastructure bill
Sick.
spends more on electric cars than on roads or bridges. It gives $80 billion to Amtrak to build rail lines to every state except Alaska, Hawaii, or in all caps, South Dakota. And it repeals right to work protections that are proven. Okay, nope. Gonna move on from that tweet. We're not talking about unions. Nope.
Yeah, that's a bad idea.
I like the Pearl Act. Sorry, Governor. Hey, Amtrak, a route from Fargo, North Dakota to Omaha, Nebraska wouldn't be such a bad idea. Then maybe eventually Sioux Falls to Rapid City. I mean, you're not in South Dakota at all. ... Says random, I'm assuming, South Dakota resident.
I did want to talk about this map, though.
Go ahead.
We're getting.
Feel free. Feel free.
Just off the top, I mean, we've got the.
It's exciting.
It is.
Really
I mean,
cool.
we've got the front
that
range,
is exciting.
which brings Wyoming into it, which is sure. Congrats, Wyoming.
All right, there we go. Thank you, Twitter.
You
Twitter has a nice big map. I'll link it in the chat for anybody who can't see it right now.
I also sent one.
Oh, you did? Okay,
Yeah.
never mind
This opens up so many new possibilities just for more trains. This is
Yeah.
great.
Yes.
I'm excited. I'm eyeing that Detroit to Toledo.
I wonder
to
what the
Toledo
names
and
of them
hoping.
will be.
I like the Toledo to Toronto. I think that's really
Yeah.
cool.
I really want them to run between Detroit and Toledo because to go west on Amtrak out of Detroit, you have to go to go anywhere out of Detroit on Amtrak. You have to go to Chicago first or get a bus to Toledo.
Yeah, I like the idea that if you want to go to New York, you have to go to Chicago first. Yeah, this solves that problem. There's a couple of things there's a couple of things that I was like, oh, this is weird though, because we just talked about a couple of podcasts ago about the extension in Maine, and this map is showing to Rockland instead of that, which I mean is the one that sort of makes more sense to me, that I personally like better, because it goes to the WWF. But
Yes.
Oh, hey, there goes the power move again.
Oh, look! Wow, right in the replies. I have something that can lead me into the next point, but we'll continue discussing.
And there's that. There's still no connection to Jacksonville. I like how it's still service suspended. I know it's just hey, we know this was suspended and this is the political state it's in right now. But man, it bugs me is the wrong word, but it's not showing all the stuff that's going on down south, that is projected to happen shortly, and it's also not helping the existing problem of the Sunset route is not complete still and hasn't been since 2005.
Yeah.
They added Houston to Dallas, which is interesting.
Well, I feel like that's kind of purposeless because that's getting high-speed rail anyway.
Right? Which is my thought. It's like, okay, if you're gonna start adding corridors all over the place,
why would you build that there when that's already going to have competition? Same thing with Las Vegas to LA. Is that's going to be high-speed rail soon, and that doesn't really need it.
maybe this map is implying that that's part of the deal. We don't necessarily know what.
Maybe that is the high-speed rail.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm kind of thinking. It's like the only thing that makes sense in my head is if you're showing those two things, it's either these are all the projects that we've thought of and we're just putting them all on one map, or we're putting the projects on the map and including other railroad services that we think we can work with. The connection to Scranton is one that crosses my mind, because I know that's sort of what New Jersey Transit has been working on, and I also know that that's really just a stepping stone towards service to Binghamton and the southern tier of New York, because that's what the ultimate goal is there. And a few of these are expansions that we do know about, that we have talked about. The extension to St. Albans of the Ethan Allen, routing the Sunset back through Phoenix instead of the stop at Maricopa. Actually, the other thing that I feel like this was missing was dragging the Southwest Chief in through Pueblo so it connects with that Front Range service. I feel like this map is showing a lot, but it's also featuring a lot of missed opportunities.
I agree.
And it's missing the National Limited.
There are a lot of opportunities I think that they could have definitely used. Definitely South Dakota needs an Amtrak train. But also, Idaho is one Amtrak stop.
Idaho is.
And that's Sandpoint, Idaho. That's the only stop that Amtrak makes in Idaho, and they are not planning on expanding.
But it also says not all stations are shown, so...
Yeah.
True.
Right, but are they going to add another station next to Sandpoint?
Well, why?
Yeah,
I mean, you have to remember that the majority of Idaho's population lives in that little fat section before it starts getting narrower when Montana's face exists.
I also want to point out that they're proposing service to Louisville, Kentucky, and then there's just nothing else noteworthy in Kentucky, I guess. Which, okay.
Yeah, why don't they just?
Sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead, TJ.
No, I just say why can't they
train?
Why can't they connect any of the 4 points that are surrounding Kentucky together? What's?
Yeah, right. This is very much a.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, so one interesting thing that I saw was in the tweet that I found to find the bigger image, he compares. Someone replied with a comparison between the European rail network and our rail network,
Yeah.
and just like the difference. Like they said, a long way to go, and Jesus Christ, yeah, a long way to go.
Yeah.
Everywhere you want to go in Europe is served by a train, and like it's all like I don't know, it's all connected.
Yeah.
It's crazy to see like these giant bare spots.
At least the worst thing we can say about this plan is that it's not enough.
Yeah,
You know?
and that's one thing which I think. I mean, one part I really want to cover is like critics of the plan, because I feel like that's important too. And I mean, I don't know if you guys want to move on, but
I mean, I think I think there are more ideas that could have been put down on paper for this, and I'm wondering why they picked the ones that they did. Maybe.
Like I feel like. Go ahead. I feel as if like a state like Wyoming or Idaho, and I know nobody lives in Wyoming, but I feel like they kind of get scammed because those two used to have, not even 30 years ago, had the Pioneer, which was a fairly successful train in the sense that it served most of the bigger towns in Wyoming, because most of the bigger towns in Wyoming are on that southern section of I-80, barring like a couple in the northwest corner where 25 runs up. But in addition, Idaho had so that the way the Pioneer ran, it split from the Zephyr in Denver, ran up, kind of skipped Cheyenne, stopped in Laramie, and then ran into Ogden before ticking north to Pocatello and running through Boise, Nampa, and then following the other side of where the 27 and 28 Empire Builders run into Portland before turning north for Seattle. Something like that. Like you have to remember that a lot of people live in that section of Idaho. You've got Nampa, you have Pocatello, you've got what else? There's several other towns that I'm blanking on the names of that are fairly populated in that section. It's like Twin Falls, Mountain Home. That's an Air Force base. Stuff like that definitely is deserving of a train route. It just doesn't have one. And in addition,
and that may be because it might not be easy enough or accessible enough for a railroad to get in there.
Well, the thing is, it had one though.
Yeah, they've been there in the past. Like
they've been there. It's already had one.
We used to have a much better rail network than we do now.
Yep.
Like the Pioneer existed until 1997.
We just prioritized car travel and highway travel over rail travel. So we, got rid of rail corridors, opened up highway corridors, stuff like that. And it's And one thing I think that a lot of the critics of this plan are saying is that it doesn't go far enough to move away from that. And I think, even Biden 10 years ago, over 10 years ago, proposed high-speed rail as a viable option. He said it was our generation's Eisenhower interstate system. Like he cares about this. He loves trains, and like it's interesting to see that he dropped a plan that was so promising so long ago. Like he had there was like literature that was made up, there were plans that were made up. Like we could do this. I mean, there are progressives that are saying possible. There are progressives that are saying we need $1 trillion for rail rather than $80 billion. The numbers are the numbers, but like it just shows like where are your priorities. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I really hope that this map goes over well, and that
I was looking at it too.
Sorry,
you go first.
I was going to say, TB, I do want to hear your thoughts, but I was going to say I hope this map goes over well enough to set a ball rolling in that we see expansion, and also at the same time sort of poorly enough that more people get behind the idea that it isn't enough.
Hopefully this goes down, and then we get less of those like blue check marks complaining after a 20 tweet long rant about how bad Amtrak is that nobody cares about the trains. Which
Now, you see where on the map where it says enhanced services?
Yeah.
I think what that is actually saying is that the Amtrak's goal is to make those trains
Better.
more frequent. There might be more frequent trains, because like I noticed there's enhanced services over there by like Sacramento, Auburn, and Roseville and stuff like that. There's already service there, but it's only like a twice a day thing.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if, since freight traffic up that in that direction, because that'd be heading over Donner, is lower, if they want to start running more passenger service, if they want to run maybe 3 or 4 trains a day on the Capital Corridor up that way.
You know what? Actually, this brings about an interesting point. Do we remember a couple years ago when they said, "Oh, we're going to cut all the long-distance service and focus on corridors"?
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
of course, all of us and everyone that likes trains absolutely hated that. Duh. This is sort of like that corridor map overlaid onto our existing railroad network, our existing Amtrak network.
Mm-hmm.
And, we talk about it's not enough. We look at this, and just in terms of the previous administration of the U.S., of course, but of Amtrak and where that wanted to go, this is taking all of those good ideas and just overlaying them atop what we've already got. And it opens up a lot
I get,
yeah.
And that's true. It's good. It's great that they're doing something about Amtrak. That's good.
I just wanted
But what I'm saying, but what I mean is, like, Biden and Obama proposed this in 2009. They had 4 years to do this, and it got nowhere, and now he's abandoning it. You know what I mean? It's not just that Trump didn't want to do it. It's that Obama and Biden didn't want to do it before, but it was his favorite plan, and now it's just gone.
I mean,
you know what I mean?
I think it's tough to, not to get super political, but it's tough to lay the fault at the hands of a couple of individuals. When to make something like this happen, you still have to go through Congress, etc., etc. And you can make a plan all you want. Then you have to get the whole country on board with it. And yeah, a lot of people like trains, but a lot of people still feel like they're a poor expense. And I'm not saying those people are right by any stretch of the imagination, but I am saying that people that don't have exposure to transit don't often see its worth. And this is sort of a...
look
at where a lot of these expansions are, too. Think about what these expansions are going to help, right? Who they're going to touch. And realize that then if you can get those people on board... And, because they'll be able to have this sort of experience, right? They'll be able to say that, the train's here, and I've actually found it kind of useful. I didn't think I would. Then you might see a political shift. Of course, unless you're in South Dakota, in which case you're going to remain salty, and that's totally fair.
No, I think we should make the hub in South Dakota just to make up for it.
I want they should have released an April Fool's Day rail plan that just adds a dozen rail lines converging in South Dakota.
What big
What we have to do is take
though?
Chicago and put it in
Not
South
a single
Dakota.
one.
Sioux Falls?
The biggest town in South Dakota is Sioux Falls.
Yeah.
Or Rapid City. Sioux Falls has a population of... Hold on. Sioux Falls has a population of 177,000. It's bigger than Salt Lake City.
Interesting. You just disproved your whole point.
There's nothing.
Salt Lake City.
So then there could definitely be a line from Minneapolis to Cheyenne through there. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
The difference between Rapid City or Sioux Falls and Salt Lake is that Salt Lake City has 2 million people, and its surrounding a city is Sioux Falls is just Sioux Falls.
If you look at the track arrangement around Sioux Falls, the easiest thing to do would actually be to run a line north-south, which would eventually meet with, I guess, the Empire Builder in the north, and the California Zephyr in the south. A line from Kansas City going north through Omaha and then to Sioux Falls would make sense. Could work. The track is there.
What about like from Lincoln north?
You could probably get away with that as well. I'm just thinking going up the river. Lincoln or Omaha would work. But yeah, I mean, I hope some of this comes to fruition. I know that we've talked about all these other plans, all these expansions. I hope some of this comes to fruition, and at the same time, I hope that Amtrak and other high-speed rail advocates can sort of get their act together. Because as I've mentioned before,
that's the worst part, and I don't think the fault, like you said, I don't think it's necessarily on. Yeah, I think it's mischaracterized, including by myself, that it was Biden and Obama's fault. I think there's a lack of organization. There's a lack of like pressure. You know, nobody's really been fighting for it in Amtrak's corner. I mean, even when like. Whether it was Trump administration, Obama, or Biden administration. Like, this is the first time that someone's actually fighting for Amtrak.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that also, I think if we could, you know, organize, if we had a group of people that were, like, studying it and organizing it and saying, which, I mean, there probably is out there, people saying we need to do this can work for us. And, like, we need to, like, build that message. And I think if people riding Amtrak or people getting Amtrak in their town will, you know, lead that to happen, then I think that's a great thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm actually going to make my termination.
I was gonna round. That's the round out of my topic there.
All right. So what else have we got? I actually
we've got news.
We've been teasing the Colebrookdale thing. So.
Teasing because it's April Fool's.
That's what I was going to lead into. I was going to say, well, speaking of new stuff, there's going to be new service at Colebrookdale. It's going to be Steam.
Yeah, but
Steam
it's not
hams.
high-speed rail, so it's not good enough.
It's not good enough.
Yeah.
Canceled.
Can't go 200. Sorry.
Yeah, Colebrook is over. Party. They took too many Michigan steam locomotives. We're coming for revenge.
Colebrookdale is canceled. Saws.
Yeah. So. Colebrookdale has recently announced that in addition to Grand Trunk Western 5030, they've acquired LS&I 18.
Oh God!
And I've gotten into plenty of fights where people have said, "No, it's Grand Canyon 18. No, it's Rio Grande Scenic 18. No, it's LS&I 18." And
no,
just give this thing a home already, Jesus Christ! So. There was a discussion of this, there was a whole thing about this in the Horseman server. And the thing about this is, Colebrook is going from no steam locomotives and no real facility to house steam locomotives to a steam locomotive with a year left on its 1472 and a steam locomotive that's going to need an extensive overhaul. 5030 sat for a good few decades basically outside next to a water treatment facility in Jackson. So, it's going to need some work.
Yeah, I was wondering, because last I checked, 18 was in 1 million pieces. I didn't realize 18 had come back, sort of, at all. I know it hasn't been running anywhere lately. And, of course, it was one of the many things that got put up for sale.
Hi, Joyce. Hi, Hungry.
With the slurge.
You're really funny.
God damn it. With the slurge bankruptcy and the Iowa Pacific bankruptcy.
Did you get a degree in comedy from Comedy University, TJ?
I mean...
Oh, did you go to Funny University?
Do we know what...
No, I went to the University of Phoenix, actually.
Please.
Do we know what the annual ridership... You guys can
settle your marriage off the podcast.
...of Colebrookdale is?
Colebrookdale, I thought was like this tiny little railroad in the corner of Pennsylvania that no one cared about. Like, what is going on?
Yeah. They just bought 2 steam engines.
About as long as Strasburg.
That's what I thought. I thought it was just like that tiny little thing that was like, yeah, we have like a 44 tonner or like a diesel or whatever we have, and we run.
And they sound exactly like that.
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
they're
and
trying
they
to
all
become
sound
a
like that.
destination.
Yeah.
Because I think
What's
they're
in
trying to be New
Cobra?
Strasbourg, because Strasbourg is in the middle of nowhere. The only reason people know about Strasbourg is the fact that there's a railroad there.
No, that's not true. That's not true. Because it's in the middle of Amish country. Like, it's a whole tourist like area. You know what I mean? It's surrounded
but if
by.
you're not going to Strasbourg in particular for something that like isn't the Strasbourg Railroad.
I am.
Yeah, you go for the like. There's like literally like. Have you been there?
It's a hell of a tourist destination. The whole area is. It's,
No, that's what I'm saying. There's like an amusement park down the street. There's like shopping outlets. There's like Amish history museums, and like there's restaurants. And it's not like Strasbourg Railroad's a major part of it, and Strasbourg Railroad. But people go even to the Strasbourg Railroad to see the Amish stuff, not to see the train stuff. Like that's part of it, but it's not the whole area. You know what I mean? Like I feel like Coalbrookdale is like.
the middle.
What's in Coalbrookdale?
The Coalbrookdale Railroad. Coalbrookdale is between Pottstown and Allentown. It's
Oh,
actually,
okay. So they're near Allentown. I guess that's a more I guess that could be more central.
Okay,
don't
I
know.
just wanna clear something up though. They're buying 2 steam engines. The
that's
Strasbourg
true.
Railroad, or actually, the Strasbourg Railroad is kind of an outlier. Let's throw
Well,
in something.
what's near Wiscasset? What's near Wiscasset that you're going to see that isn't the WWNF?
Okay,
That's a different
the
story.
WWF is also really small. Like everything they do is
WWF
small and
2 foot.
inexpensive.
Yeah.
They also have, because they are so unique, they have an outrageous amount of volunteers. So they're also listen.
And like that whole area is like a historical like landscape. I don't know, not landscape,
F it.
but like
Okay.
It can't
Hold
be
on,
worse
hold on.
than 1309.
Hold on. These numbers are from a couple years ago, but pandemic, everything happened, so more modern numbers don't really help. The Tennessee Valley Railroad, right? That's a pretty big name in terms of steam and railroading. Would you guys agree?
yeah.
Yeah.
104,000 riders, including visitors to the museum in 2018. You want to know how many riders Coalbrookdale had? 30K.
Sure.
What?
30K.
I mean, that's probably why they want to buy 2 steam locomotives, because that
Does
puts
it
them
have
on the map way more.
What about Strasbourg and the Valley?
Strasbourg is like 300,000, and the Valley is, I think, 180 or something. Yeah, 180 for the Valley, 311,000 for Strasbourg.
Okay, so they're trying to beef up from the rinky-dinky mom and pop railroad to the steam.
Yeah,
place.
the Cuyahoga.
they're trying to become a place that you go.
The Cuyahoga doesn't have any
Okay.
steam, and they still pull in 215,000.
Okay, but doesn't the Cuyahoga have some actually nice scenery instead of Pennsylvania?
Yeah, instead of just like flat.
It's just kind of woods. Like it really isn't that scenic. I didn't think so anyway.
What about the New Hope and Ivyland? That's a kind of similar thing, I think, right? They only have one steam.
The
locomotive.
New Hope. Oops, hold on. Wrong New
And then
Hope.
there's another one too, the Susquehanna one that has the old Valley Mikado.
The New Hope and Ivyland had 50,000.
And the New River, is that the New River that has
that-
the old SY?
The New River train. No, that's not it.
Oh no, it's like the Susquehanna 142. That's the locomotive. I don't know that.
Yeah, I don't know what the name of that railroad is, but either way, like,
What?
I understand that they are trying to get trying to become an attraction,
Uh-huh.
but like, man,
Wow.
I hope they get some good grants or good luck.
It's a gamble,
Yeah.
It is definitely a gamble if they're going to try and speed run through 5030 to get that up so that, the moment 18 goes down, they can bring 5030 up.
Yep.
And I don't think it's necessarily a bad idea to try and put yourself on the map with the steam locomotive, because now that they have 5030, I definitely want to pay them a visit.
Right.
But
Yeah, exactly. Now it's like, I gotta go see what they're working on now.
yeah,
Right.
it'll do what they want. It'll do what they want it to do. But
how much?
the question is
Like, will it
exactly
be
how
enough?
much. Does it justify the purchase?
Of 2. Like, you
Yeah.
think they might start with 1.
Yeah.
No, we got to buy
they're-
every single American
And
steam
they're not-
locomotive.
they're not
Or
both
14 on Cobra
They're not the same type, right? Like, you can't, like, they're not using one for parts and one for...
Right. It's
No,
a Pacific and
LSI
a
18
consolidation.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, that's what I thought.
18 is a consolidation from the UP. 5030 is a Pacific that worked mostly in the lower peninsula.
That's what I thought, yeah. Okay.
So it's not like you're using one as a donor locomotive and the other is, it's not a. God, what was the mic at Steamtown?
3254.
Yeah, 3254. Yeah, it's not like 3254 and the other mic they used for parts.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
3377.
my question.
Yeah. In case I'd like them to stop stealing our steam.
No.
Anyway.
Fight me.
Yeah. Anyway, all right. That's it for Coalbrookdale. But I'm glad we got to talk about that because of how much discussion it generated in the Horsemen. I'm just glad somebody's getting
Yeah.
18.
I'm glad
But-
somebody's getting 5030. Like, I've been staring at that in a park in Google Maps for, years and thinking, man, it'd be nice if someone restored it. I was just hoping someone in Michigan would restore it.
Well,
Well,
Anyway.
beggars can't be choosers, huh?
yeah, beggars can't be choosers. Idaho can't be a chooser. Where is this intermodal facility going? We spent the last 5 minutes of our Amtrak discussion talking about Idaho.
Yeah, which is kind of funny. So we were kind of talking about this in another friend group. Sorry, guys, I do have other friends.
I don't
That's
believe you.
right.
Oh, I'm so hurt, Ojilles. How could you do this to me?
Yeah, I
But-
devote my entire life to the Horsemen, so I can't believe you're not doing the same.
Anyway,
I'm just gonna-
we kind of were talking about the logistics of it, and in a sense, we realized that it's probably not actually going to be that.
Oh, talking
big of
about
a terminal.
logistics? What are you, UPS?
Sorry, I don't abuse my employees.
A blues?
Abuse my employees.
Man, we're just
Well, you do abuse your friends a lot.
Oh, yeah, you probably
Abuse
would
my
if you were UPS.
friends. I don't abuse my friends.
Yeah, you only told us several times to gaslight DJ.
I didn't tell them that. I wouldn't say.
I think he's
I wouldn't say
gaslighting us.
that.
I think he's gaslighting us, yeah.
Sorry,
It is-
UPS logistics, go ahead.
It is fitting that he took the Idaho story because he is the hoe.
Can we talk about the
You're
story?
funny. You're really funny. I bet you. I have heard that joke so many times.
Tell me a
Uh,
story, please.
So we kind of were discussing the logistics of it in another with people. We kind of realized that. So Pocatello is a really weird place with the intermodal terminal. Like look at the map of Idaho. Like
Okay.
Boise's way over to the left. I'll just send a screenshot. Give me a moment,
Okay.
so you don't have to pull up maps.
Were you like John Maddening a map of Idaho in your other friend group?
Yeah.
Excellent.
So yeah. Okay. So if you look at it, like Pocatello or Boise is the biggest. Boise and its associated metro, which is like Boise, Meridian, Nampa,
There's not enough John Maddening on this.
and places like that are on the leftmost side of Idaho. They're pretty close to Oregon. Like you can drive for a little while, like maybe like an hour out of Boise and be in Oregon,
Where
right?
the hell's Boise?
Boise's way on the left. And then Pocatello, which is
Oh.
where the intermodal terminal is being built, is on the right. So what we realized is it's not really going to be an intermodal terminal where trains are going to originate and terminate. It's going to be an intermodal terminal where trains going from like Chicago and the Pacific Northwest stop to switch,
Stop.
set out like two cuts of intermodal cars, and then continue on. It's not going to be like the big bustling intermodal terminal like Salt Lake City Intermodal Terminal.
So, okay, so I have a question.
Mhm.
Will it or will it not be bussin'?
It will not be bussing.
Okay.
But
Um,
this makes sense, right? This makes
Right.
sense as we're getting more opportunity to use intermodal containers for transportation into and out of Idaho, right? Because otherwise, if you have an intermodal container,
Right, and it's not even
It's got to come off somewhere else, and it's got to be trucked in, right?
Right, and another thing is the nearest intermodal terminal is Salt Lake City Intermodal Terminal.
Long way.
It is actually quite a bit of a wait. It's like 4 hours. There are no intermodal terminals that serve Montana, all of Idaho, and most of northern Wyoming. So
MRL
this
doesn't
intermodal
have...
terminal, the MRL does not have an intermodal terminal. There are no intermodal terminals in Montana, in Idaho, or in Wyoming.
Wow.
So in theory, what this would be more so is so that people could get, and I believe that most of the goods coming out of this terminal is going to be going out. So this would be more people in like if you have a shipping company in Bozeman, Montana, right? And you need to ship it out to somewhere, let's say, I don't know, in Kansas City or in Southern California, right? The quickest way to do that right now is to take your intermodal container to Salt Lake City, put it on a train, and send that to Salt Lake City, to LA. Now what you can do is put your intermodal container on a train, send that train somewhere else, and then that train goes to Chicago, or goes to, not LA. Saving a lot of money.
Somewhere else, where do you send it?
I mean, here's my thought, right? Isn't Pocatello like the closest place to Salt Lake City they could have put another intermodal terminal? I feel like it would have been better served in Boise.
More towards... Yeah, why didn't they put it more north?
Or west.
Or, yeah, like towards Montana, I mean, sorry. Don't know if that's necessarily north.
Oh, well, I mean, they could have put it further north towards Montana. I just feel like if you're looking at the spheres of influence around... Now, I really wish I could John Madden this. Spheres of influence around Salt Lake City and Pocatello, they're close. You know, there's a lot of overlap there, and it just... If you're trying to serve Idaho, you can already serve eastern Idaho from Salt Lake City, and you should be able to serve western Idaho, and I suppose northern Idaho from Boise. But I suppose
that's the other thing I'm wondering.
Yeah,
right, but
is like, what's the point of this?
So, like, if you look at the map, you have I-86 that runs westbound out of Pocatello and connects into 84, closer to central Idaho. And then you also have 15 that runs to Idaho Falls. And in Idaho Falls, US 20 and US 26 both split off. So you have very easy access to towns like Butte, Montana.
But can you get to Tucson from there?
Tucson.
Butte and Tucson.
Sorry, my Discord's freaking out. You have access to towns like Missoula and
that's it.
Okay, there we go. Now we're here. You have access to towns like Missoula, Butte, Montana, Bozeman by US 20, in addition to Yellowstone, Jackson, stuff like that in that northern section of Wyoming. Well, sure, there are not a lot of people. There is still people who need to get stuff in and out.
You can deliver containers to Yogi Bear.
Yeah.
So one thing I'm wondering is like, so that's what I'm questioning is like, what is the point of this terminal? Like, is the point of this terminal to serve an underserved area, or is it?
And
hold on, let me finish.
No,
hold on.
You don't get to finish.
You already made that joke.
We're back to blue balling again.
Yeah, that already happened.
I'd really like TJ to finish his question.
Or like, is it a result of the expanding like urbanization, industrialization coming out of Salt Lake City? Because it is close to Salt Lake City. So if like the warehouse, like, you know, the industrial sector of Salt Lake City is just growing and growing, like, because I mean Salt Lake City is a pillar of like suburbia and industrialized area.
I mean,
so,
it
like,
actually unironically is.
No, I know it is, and I'm not making that. I'm not saying that as a joke. I'm saying that as like if they needed more room and they had more capacity that was coming out of Salt Lake, then, you know, like it could, like, is the purpose of it to continually keep, like, to help in expanding that, or is it to serve Montana and parts of Idaho that aren't?
I think it's to serve parts of Montana, and that would eliminate. I mean, the drive from Salt Lake to Pocatello is it's not a small drive. Like that's a 4 or 5 hour drive. Even and in a truck going slower than 85, 90, because I go 85, 90 in like buttfuck nowhere, Utah.
Right.
We go fast.
Right. I mean, for a train,
allegedly.
you know what I mean? Like,
Right.
if-
So the
if they're
trains
gonna-
won't
they're gonna
go.
try to-
The trains won't run, but there is a line between Salt Lake City and Pocatello. That is, you can do that directly. But the intermodal trains probably won't run that way. What they'll do instead is they'll come off the transcontinental, closer to Granger, Wyoming, and then run on the Oregon Short Line connector that connects in.
It runs
Well,
like
I think-
northwest.
It runs northwest and kind of doesn't go into Utah and runs like through. If you look at a map, it runs through like Kemmerer, Cokeville, Montpelier, Soda Springs, Hot Springs, and connects back in with the line to Salt Lake City at McCammon, Idaho, and I believe that's McCammon Junction. So the intermodal trains would more so go that way, and that's where most of Union Pacific's intermodal trains going from the terminals in Chicago up to Seattle and Portland go. Is they run on the Transcon up to Green River or Granger before splitting off and running up to southern Idaho, Oregon, Washington.
Okay. All right. Interesting. Yeah.
right.
Because I didn't know that there was. That's
connector?
interesting. Not that. I didn't know that there were separate. I didn't know that the networks for
Frozen again?
intermodal.
Oh.
I didn't know that the networks for intermodal in Salt Lake and the networks for intermodal up north in like Idaho were separate. I thought they were in the same thing.
Well, intermodal going to places in Idaho goes through Salt Lake right now. Intermodal going to places like Idaho, Montana, goes through Salt Lake City. But once they build this terminal in Pocatello, they're going to reroute it, shave about 4 or 5 hours off the drive, and run it through Pocatello.
Okay.
What are you guys doing down here?
I don't know.
I see someone's going to the store.
It's part of my termination. There's a photo that goes with it. I was just grabbing the link.
Okay, all right. Anyway, whoops, I just broke my own formatting.
How do I have 4 strikes?
I don't know. Something.
Because I've been
It's you,
keeping track.
Achilles. How don't you?
Okay. We will come back to TBA. We'll save yours for last because it is kind of important, but it is sort of touching back on something. And this is what I was going to get into last episode. Guys, hear me out. 1309 is 100% operational.
Oh, I believe that.
Yeah. Well, that's what the WMSR says. Does anybody believe this?
I mean,
I
it's 100%
don't
operational if you can't run it on the tracks, but it steams up.
Yeah, if you just need a stationary boiler.
50% operational.
Yeah. Okay. I like this. We are waiting for a few parts that have to be cast. We had a few leaks. So before the FRA comes out to inspect it, we want to make sure we are 100% confident that it will pass. We want to be running this summer, and we think we can. That sounds like not 100% operational to me. It sounds like you're still missing a few parts, and it's not inspected.
That sounds like Wasatch 100%.
It's not gonna pass at FRA inspection.
I
They're not gonna let it pass.
No, okay,
No
but
way.
even if it does, the county has taken over the track maintenance because it's so bad, and WMSR has spent no money on it.
Because all of their money is sunk
They're
into
gonna
the
get
endless
hammered
money
by
pit we
the
call
FRA.
1309.
Yeah.
They're trying to be a scenic railroad and haven't done shit to make it real safe for people.
The FRA's has yet to come out to inspect 1309, but they have inspected the railroad, and they will not allow it to operate until the ties are replaced.
Good.
Oh, Jesus.
That's a big fix your shit.
Yeah, I'm glad because I absolutely don't trust WMSR to not put 1309 in a ditch after spending all that money on it.
Oh my god. I love this quote. I think years ago they had more equipment and they had more hands. I spoke to someone who was on their boardroom 10 years ago. They said when they left there was money in the bank and the track was well maintained, but that is not the case now. And then they decided to buy 1309 and sink millions of dollars into it with no end, and also, which is my favorite part, announced that it was going to be done every year. Also, they're tempted to reclassify the track to Class 1 track, which has slower speed restrictions and less stringent requirements. They're looking for another FRA review.
So they just want to set the speed limit to 55?
They probably want to set the speed limit to like 15. I have no idea what Class 1 track is. And not Class 1 like Class 1 freight railroad, like the classes of track. Does anybody know how the classes of track work?
No.
Carefully.
Thanks, Agilis. I honestly, I appreciate the joke response from Agilis, who I expected to. If anyone here was going to have that answer, I thought it was going to be Agilis. So
I actually have no idea.
I
really don't have any idea how it works.
Okay. Track classifications from Trains Magazine.
Hey, Ellis,
need a
I got it.
subscription for it.
Okay.
It sounds like Hemlock's figured it out.
No, I literally got numbers.
Oh, okay. What's your numbers?
For Class 1 track, for freight train is 10 miles an hour.
Okay.
15 is miles. For Class 2, 25. Class 3 is 40. Class 4 is 60. Class 5 is 80. That's all freight numbers.
Mm-hmm.
Class 1 passenger is 15.
Yep.
Then 2, 30, 60, 80, 90. Class 6 track is 110 for both. Class 7 is 125 for both. Class 8 is 160 miles per hour for both, and Class 9 is 220.
Okay.
Yeah. Class 1 is literally as low as it can go without,
like industry track. We don't give a crap about it.
Yeah.
There's technically one class below that, which is accepted track, which you might remember from Lac-Mégantic.
Yeah, I forgot to mention that.
Or that one railroad in Ohio that's really bad.
Napoleon, Defiance, and Western.
Yeah, that one.
Also, I wanted to say that the steam engine 100% operational article came out on March 23rd, but just a week before that, they had separated the tender to install stoker components. So
we were talking, and someone was like, well, it is 100% operational. See, here's this video of the test run they did. It's like, yeah, CNS 9 was 100% operational, but I don't think it's so much operational now.
Oh, God. I know they did terrible things to 734, or so I've heard, but they should have just worked on that instead.
Yeah.
I don't care even if it needed a full, jack up the whistle and roll a new one underneath, sort of like Lucy did, RGS 20. I still think it would have been less expensive. I think it would have been less expensive than what they spent on this.
And more usable.
Yeah, yeah, that's
yeah.
true.
I mean,
it's like if you think about it, okay, what can be a more outrageous locomotive for a small tourist line that's barely has its head above the water? Oh, I know, a giant articulated, only one of its class locomotive that is so long and so heavy that our tracks and our turntable is fucked.
If you wanted a new locomotive, you just wait a year and get 18, man.
Well, I didn't think they were clairvoyant, but man, there's so many engines. I feel like you can always get a steam engine if you have enough money, right?
Okay, I feel like
somewhere to
You
buy.
can get anything if you have enough money.
Fair.
WMSR is the opposite of clairvoyant. They're whatever. They can only see the past or something. Because three times they were like, "It's operational. We're done."
Yeah.
Is there anything on Tuxton right now?
How many times
No.
have they said it's done?
They sold tickets for excursions at least 3 times in my memory.
Yeah, as far back as what, 2017, 2018?
Yeah.
No, it's too early, right?
I don't know. When did
Like-
WSR get 1309? Hold on.
Because I remember, the
God.
first year they got it, they were like, "We're gonna have it done by the summer."
And they sounded exactly like that.
Yeah, because they're fucking
They
crazy.
did get it done by summer 2021.
Well, apparently they have it done now.
The locomotive
Yeah.
was purchased in 2014 by the Western Maryland Scenic.
Dude.
And then when was the first advertised?
I don't know.
It had to be 2018
Dude.
or 2019, right? Come on.
Dude. This brings up
17.
the cursed thought.
2017, I was
Yeah.
right. Holy shit, that's so bad.
Okay, hold on.
It's done! 2017 to 2021.
734 is also an LSNI consolidation, right?
Isn't it?
Am I remembering?
Is it? Yeah, I think so.
If it is, because that raises the cursed thought that Colbertdale is going to become WMSR2. They're going to end up with a ruined LSNI consolidation and a locomotive that they poured way too much money to and promised way too short of a restoration on.
I really hope that isn't the case. And
Yeah, I hope you're wrong.
yeah,
I do too. I want 5030 to live, but it's the cursed thought that is history about to repeat itself, because I feel like there's a decent chance that it will.
If history doesn't repeat itself.
man, that's God. This is cursed. This is a cursed thought. Maybe it's just LSNI consolidations that cause the problems. Like,
Yeah.
They're cursed engines.
Look, this is the terrible state. Yeah, I can see it. There's probably a witch up there in the UP that got offended by the LSNI.
by UP he means Upper Peninsula, or they mean Upper Peninsula. Just clarification.
Oh,
Train
not
on the
Union
can,
Pacific.
guys.
By Union Pacific.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just,
I mean the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. We have two.
I think.
Hey, Doc, maybe it was the ghost on the shore.
Don't you do this to me.
Hey, a train on Tucson.
Don't
Wait,
you?
really? Oh, shoot.
Yes.
Tucson?
Just one more
Tucson.
comment about this. I think we just found a way to blame SP18 or SP18. Graham. LSNI 18 or whatever, Slurge 18 for the bankruptcy of Iowa Pacific as a whole.
Really?
Yeah.
Did Iowa Pacific have 18?
I mean,
Like,
wasn't it Slurge?
I have no idea.
It was San Luis and Rio Grande, which Iowa Pacific owned.
Oh. Uh-oh.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Anyway, let's talk about the CPKCS merger before we round the show out. TBA, take it
Dude,
away.
This article scares me.
Which
Take it
one?
away, Penny!
The CP Rails CEO unveils new tactics to win U.S. takeover battles.
Is that the first one?
What?
I'm not.
No.
I can just link it real quick
Oh, God.
in the
Are
chat
you-
if we want to take a look at this one, because
I just want to know which one of these articles it was, because I remember seeing that one.
maybe it was 3.
It was 3, yeah. Done. So yeah, we're still hanging out in the aftermath. Oh, I can't read the article. I have to create a free account to read the article. I can sign in with Google. I'll do that.
I can read it. Let's see.
I must have already read it earlier, so it must have used up my singular. Oh, never mind. It didn't work. It didn't let me in. Anyway, so why is it scary?
Because CP really wants to start. They really want this to happen, actually.
Yeah.
And
Well, they have a route to Mexico.
Whoa.
Are you in the bathroom?
Yeah, coming to us from the inside of a tank or something.
No.
Echo.
I'm in a tank.
Yeah, I know when your when your voice gets really echoey, it means you're using the bathroom. You don't
Yeah,
have to
well,
lie. I know
I'm in the
you're
bathroom and they're not, so.
All right. Anyway,
Fucking.
In the past 2 decades, they've attempted 3 U.S. takeovers.
wait,
And
really?
only
Where?
back then. I don't know. That's what
CSX for the other 2.
Oh, okay.
That's what this article says. And it didn't happen for them.
Man, this is. I don't think wasn't there one that says there's little opposition. There's an article in here about the fact that we don't.
Yeah.
Nobody's really trying to stop this, except I guess BNSF and NS have started to make a stir. They both sent in letters to the STB.
The thing is, though,
but
so did Wasatch Railroad Contractors, by the way.
oh
They also
wow,
sent a letter
that'll
in.
make a difference.
They really did. They sent a letter in. Johnny Rimjob sent a letter in.
In 2001, STB issued a new set of merger
Again,
guidelines.
really? You're frozen again, Discord?
Following a flurry of consolidations in the 90s, those rules set out a higher bar for approving mergers, but left one Class 1 out, the KCS. Why was KCS left out of these rules?
Because of one word, DNRGW or DNRGW, SP and UP.
Is that really a word though?
It's because of SP and UP merger.
How so?
KCS. Well, I'm not exactly sure. I just know that's the reason.
Okay.
Why it was the reason, but it's the reason.
That's weird.
Basically, NS and BNSF are saying, "Hey, don't treat KCS specially. Just
Even though the law says we can.
yeah. Well, they're basically saying that, hey, those guidelines are old, and we probably should take another look at them before we take a look at this merger." Which I don't know. I don't know why it's different for KCS. I don't know if I like that idea in the first place, but I don't know.
Yeah, what makes them so special? Are they're like exempt?
Yes, they're exempt because of their size, I think, is the reason. Is the other reason.
What, bro? That's stupid.
They're tiny. Like, compared to a map of literally any other Class 1, they are tiny.
I mean, it's true. They are not big compared to the other Class 1s.
They are literally dimpy. Almost as small as your dick.
Okay, thanks.
Kidding.
You can get another point for that one, buddy.
That's fair. I'm up to 5.
Just collecting them.
Yeah, no.
I don't know. This is worth points.
There seems to be some sort of gambling that production will move back to the U.S. in this Financial Post article, and that's why CP Rail is doing this, but honestly, I don't think that
makes no sense.
It doesn't make sense to me, and I also don't think that's why CP did this.
Canadian company wants to improve U.S. infrastructure.
You also have to remember that CP was already KCS's biggest trading partner, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they already did a lot of stuff with him, and so most of the corridors and stuff already existed. Like this is already in existence. They're just kind of unifying it under one solid.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and in addition, if you look at the map, even after you put all of this together, CPKC is still the smallest Class 1.
Is it really?
It's still the smallest Class 1 by a couple thousand miles.
That's kind of ridiculous. I mean,
I actually have a question right now.
What's up?
Does Canadian Pacific ship, like, if you pay Canadian Pacific to ship your stock, do you pay them CAD?
It probably depends. Because CP of Canada and CP of the United States are technically two separate organizations.
There's a Grand Trunk joke in here. I don't know.
Yeah,
That would
I was
be
thinking, hey,
interesting
enter
because-
Grand Trunk Western.
Yeah.
Like, I could kind of think of an advantage for that, though. If we transferred or translated US dollars into Canadian dollars for shipping like that, you'd pay less US dollars for them to make more.
No, you wouldn't. Canadian dollar's worth more.
No, I'm pretty sure the Canadian dollar is worth.
Oh no, I'm stupid. It's worth less. The books cost more.
Yeah, because it's more Canadian dollars because it's worth less.
One United States dollar is equal to $1.26 Canadian.
Yeah, that's why I said I was dumb.
Yeah. All right, that's okay. We can understand exchange rates here.
Yeah. You have an actual Canadian on for this one.
I just find the only thing this is really doing, right, is creating a good north-south corridor, and a lot of other railroads can already handle north-south. So, I just, because the CP and KCS networks are so spindly as is, it doesn't feel like the mega merger that it is. Or maybe it Sorry, it's
Yeah.
less of a mega
I don't
merger
know,
than
though.
it feels like.
I think it's a pretty big mega merger because
It's
this shit will literally go into 3 different countries.
it's a big.
But KCS again is really small.
Okay, but I don't think that's one important thing. I don't think we should look just at size. I mean, like
Yeah.
because I mean, like you can have a small railroad and still make more money than the big railroad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
If we just go by size and like,
Or you can be a small railroad and ship more goods too.
Another train on Tucson.
Right, but even then, it's just a question of sort of breadth, right? They're creating this T-shaped set of corridors, but they don't really seem to have much other than that. You know, these other railroads, the other class ones, at least that I can think of, they have more network side shaped lines. Whereas this is, like I said, very, very narrow. It connects these points, but it doesn't really cover a lot of area. And that's why I feel like, yeah, this is a merger between 2 class 1s. It's a huge deal. But at the same time, of all the mergers between class 1s that could have happened, this is
probably the.
Go ahead.
I just was gonna say. I just didn't mean to interrupt you. I was just gonna say, of all the mergers that could have happened, this is probably the best one.
I was going to say the least impactful. And people have been trying to
Really?
buy KCS for a while, and we talked about this a little bit last episode. So, we're not going to dwell on it for too long, and that's about time for that. But you can read all these articles, and all the articles that we've talked about, and all the articles that are related to the things that we've talked about, in the cargoes down below. So,
yeah, like, you consider CSX a big railroad, but like it's 10,000 miles less than BNSF or UP. You know, like size isn't necessarily just about like track length. Length isn't everything.
Length isn't everything. All right. Anyway, that's it for our discussions this episode. It's time to round out the show. Anything channel or podcast related that needs to be announced? We have a local Royale coming up on Wednesday. The next Terminus podcast will be a little bit of a weird one. It's probably going to be live from the IRM.
Heck yeah!
With myself and TBA and Mason and Fruit and I guess Gloria and Christy as well if they want to be on camera. It was kind of funny when we did the reviews because I asked Gloria if she wanted to be part of the reviews and she was like, yeah, and then she found out it was a stream and she's like, oh, okay. But yeah, so that's going to be an interesting one. I don't know if we're going to stick to the typical format. I don't know if we're going to do like another one in 3 weeks' time. Instead, it really depends on what we can get through and if we decide to be ambitious and try to do a whole podcast in the live format. It'll definitely be a stress test of this podcast format in a different setting. So we'll see.
Yeah.
We can discuss more of the implications of live from the IRM off the show. But that's all that I have. Does anybody have any advertisements?
Yeah, I'm starting uploading videos again on YouTube. So if you are cool, if you want to be an Epic Pog champ, I'm gonna post that here, I guess.
Yeah, let me grab it and I'll put it in. I'll put it in as your advertisement. Just put it in the Terminus podcast chat.
And which means it's gonna put me out of here.
What?
Or not? Just kidding. I'm gonna put that here. Ham, if you subscribe to me now, I've lost 2 subscribers in the last 2 days.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Distant clear.
It's because I reorganized my channel.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Here, I'll like your video and subscribe.
There we go. That's us being nice. Anybody else get any other advertisements?
No.
No? Okay.
Negative.
Negative.
I've done nothing. I have not done it yet, but one of these days, I promise, I will get around to making videos about 2-foot
Okay.
soon.
I would like some videos about 2-foot. I did also post a link to Weathered
Yeah.
Rails down there. The foamer that I met.
Yeah, I want to talk about the bear because that's wild. It's a wild story.
And of course, if you want to join our Discord server to be on the podcast, participate in Local Royale, all that jazz, there's a link down in the Cargos document below. Now it's time for the latest train on Amtrak. I hope everyone has prepared their guesses. Don't look at the map, you cheaters. So let me look around real quick. I'll leave everybody to brainstorm. Oh, was that it? Is that the latest? That, I think, is it. So, what do we think?
I think
I know late last night.
What was
So-
that? What was that, Achilles? You were breaking up.
I said I know train 6 was late last night.
Okay.
So I'll just probably.
Just gonna go with 6?
I'm just gonna go with 6. I think
Okay.
there's. I'm gonna go. Is there 1 or 2 on the network right
There's
now?
only one.
Damn
Right
it. But Julius,
Okay.
I was gonna say 6.
now. Oof.
Can I vote 6 anyway?
You can also vote 6.
Okay.
what runs through Tucson?
Tux.
In the Sunset Limited.
Yep.
All right, Westbound Sunset.
Westbound
Yes.
Sunset. Okay. And TJ.
I would say the Westbound Builder.
Westbound Empire Builder. That is number 7. It is 4 minutes late at Malta, Minnesota. Or Malta, Montana, sorry. The Westbound Sunset Limited is actually 18 minutes early. At El
Damn.
Paso,
Oh, really?
Texas.
Come on.
Yeah, it's 18 minutes early. I know.
Is it going to turn out to be like the eastbound or?
No, it's 6.
Oh, great.
It's the California Zephyr on its way to Chicago, 1 hour 39 minutes late at Grand Junction, Colorado. There's also a Texas Eagle that's an hour and 20 minutes behind, and a Sunset that's an hour and 12 minutes behind. The Silver Meteor is an hour and 12 minutes behind, and the Silver Star is 1 hour and 4 minutes late. That is about it for the late trains on Amtrak. Even the Canadians are on time. Well, the Canadians 56 minutes late, but whatever, close enough.
Yeah, well, for them that's on time.
Yeah, for that, it still shows as green, believe it or not.
I didn't believe it.
So, anyway, that wraps up our show. Thank you all for tuning in. I hope everyone is enjoying the slight change of format. I think it gets us talking a little bit more, and I like that. I still think we could even push it further in the other direction, but then I feel like we are missing too many things that we could talk about. We need to strike a balance between the amount of time we spend on individual subjects and the number of subjects we have to cover.
So like and subscribe and let us know in the comments.
Yeah.
Yeah, all 2 of you.
All 2 of you.
Make sure subscribe.
Tyler only. Tyler specifically. Tyler's the only one watching this podcast.
Yes, Tyler from
Well, he's
Tucson.
not watching since we said Tucson the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, we are going to do this how we should have always been doing it, and how I set it up originally. So Agilius gets 5 points, and he gets
Which
to
I-
say.
5 points. But I'm just gonna terminate with gaslighting, guys. Is not okay.
Gaslighting guys is not okay, or gaslighting everybody is not okay?
He can't answer that. But apparently it's...
Yeah, I didn't think he'd be able to answer that. I mean, it's pretty big stuff, you know.
gaslighting women, unclear.
Gaslighting women, okay. Yeah, as long as you have on a dirty tank top while you're doing it.
Jesus. Something, if anybody's
No, you have
seen...
to have on a You have to have a beanie and ear piercing.
What was that miniseries
Yeah.
with about Betty Broderick? That was a good
Who?
thing about gaslighting. Anyway, my termination is this: around the turn of the 19th century, the Imperial Japanese Railways sent 2 aspiring engineers to Rensselaer Polytechnic Institute, which is my alma mater, to learn how to build good railways. And I think it's time we return the favor. Anyway, TJ?
Happy Easter.
Hemlock?
Going to the store, one thing.
Right.
And we need to ride our transit. They need riders again desperately. The pandemic has not helped them. Please save the CTA.
All right. Well, with that, we will end the show. I'd like to give a special thanks, of course, to my co-hosts, our guests, all of you viewers out there, all two of you. Also to Wes and Steve Barris from SteamLocomotive.com, to Virtual Railfan to providing the camera, and we'll see you all next week. This has been the Terminus Podcast. Goodbye.
Deuces!
Bye.
Don't forget to call Conrail.